Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Gianluca Massi speaking on the behalf of the Virtual Telescope Project. I am in Rome and I'm pleased to be ready here to share with you live images of Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS. We have been waiting for so long to be live again with the great images under great sky. So happy that tonight, after 1 month, my friends, of cloudy weather, we are finally able to have some good images, and I'm start sharing images live right now because I really don't want to waste any minute. So happy the virtual telescope once again is on to share this beauty, and happy that the weather is just great. So while we are starting, I want to thank our technological partners. They are, of course, Software Bisque, C-Web and Telescope Live. And I also want to thank all of you for waiting and for understanding when we had to cancel our previous attempts to observe this comet because the weather did not cooperate at all. So happy that as of now we are having some great images, and as you can see here, the image of the comet is showing with all its glory. And I also want to share with you a large field of view image, just asking our system to go and show. Here it is, the comet as well, my friends. So at the very end, I'm so happy that we are able to bring to you this live experience. Needless to say, I'm very happy that we are sharing images of this comet. Comet C 2023 A3 Tsuchinshan-ATLAS, now leaving the inner solar system, very likely on a parabolic orbit or even hyperbolic orbit, that is on an orbit just sending it living in the deep space with likely no chances to come back. But this is an open question because of course there are errors on the orbital parameters to be reduced by observing more and more. Anyway, this is a truly fascinating object, and we have been trying to look at this so many times, my friends, you know, even yesterday, even last week, but here we are, my friends, and I must say that I am very proud and happy. These are live images. You can see countdown is running here, and as soon as the exposure left is 0, the new image is displayed, and this number on the left is increased by 1 unit. So we are taking 20 images back to back, and you can see that the new image is here, and my friends, how beautiful. I also should be able, let me check, to share the view of a third telescope, because needless to say, I managed to have all the telescopes available at the Virtual Telescope Project to be ready to share this cosmic beauty with all our friends. And in fact, this is a close-up taken with our largest, our main telescope. You can see a clear hint of the gas tail. Let me see if I can improve a few things. Here we are. This is the ion tail. Let me see if I can improve the sight a bit with our image processing. Look, you can really see I love this version with the comet having its opportunity to amaze us thanks to its beauty. This is a close-up grabbed with our largest 17 inches robotic telescope. All our telescopes are here in Italy, about 120 kilometers north of Rome, in the Maremma in Tuscany, under the darkest sky on the Italian peninsula. So we are taking benefit from these unique weather and sky conditions. As of now, the comet has faded dramatically. That is, it's much fainter than 10 days ago. The comet peaked in brightness around mid-October, when it was truly an easy naked eye object even from the cities. Right now it's getting fainter and fainter, so it is no longer as spectacular as we likely saw. But here we are, my friends. Look, this is the tail of the comet, which is more than 10 degrees large in this field. Look, let me see if I can just increase contrast a bit. These are basically raw images, so nothing to say with the processed images you see around, so I cannot imagine how these images will look once properly reduced. There is a satellite trail, of course, nothing to do with astronomy. And when the countdown here will be at 0, the new image will be displayed and this trail will disappear, or we will see perhaps here. It depends on the direction of the satellite. Let me share with you these large fields I'm talking about. Here we are. So this is the large field of view image with more than 10 degrees of tail. This is a raw image, as I said, so no data reduction, just data coming out from the imaging device. So this can be improved a lot. So happy that at the very last, the Virtual Telescope project is bringing to you live images of this fantastic visitor, cosmic visitor. How happy I am bringing the cosmos live. The Virtual Telescope project has been doing this for 18 years now, basically inventing this way, this approach to the cosmic beauty. And as I say, we are not asking for money. As you see, you are having fun with us for free, but of course this technology is not free at all, so I always invite you to support our project. Just visit www.virtualtelescope.eu/donate. I'm trying to put this message on the chat, so those of you willing to help, here we are. Fantastic images coming live from Italy. You see in the new image, the satellite now is in the upper right. Clear demonstration that these are live images. Please consider that every image is the result of 2 minutes of light collection, because basically we are facing a relatively faint object, even if the comet is bright enough that it can be recorded even with shorter exposure time, but still we want enough signal. Here it is the reason why we are taking longer exposures. So happy, my friends, that everything is working so well. Now let me try again to share with you the mid-scale image. Look at the glory of this image. Let me see if I can slightly adjust this image. using here we are. So that at least how nice, my friends. As you see, very often in these cases I'm just looking without speaking, because there is nothing to say when you are lucky enough to face these amazing things. Once again, the Virtual Telescope project is bringing to the world this opportunity, this experience for free. Here we are, my friends, with this elegant cosmic gem. Shining for our happiness. This comet is now leaving, as I said. It reached the perihelion, that is the minimum distance from the Sun, on 27 of September, and on October 12 it was at its minimum distance from the Earth. But already at the time it was already leaving the inner solar system. Now it is going farther and farther, and likely this comet will never come back, because it's likely moving on an opened orbit. So beautiful. I must tell that this is absolutely outstanding to me. And the bright star you see there is the star Chebal-Rai. It belongs to Ophiuchus. It's Beta Ophiuchi, by the way. Very bright. I'm truly amazed by this view. How beautiful this is. So Phantom Skitty, it's the star, as I say, the star Chebal-Rai Beta Ophiuchi. I want to show you, by the way, where the comet is at this very moment. So I will simply switch to the software. Here we are, my friends. Here it is where the comet we are imaging is right now. This is the Ophiuchus constellation, this large pattern of stars, and here we are. The telescope, the comet is where we are pointing here. This is the comet, okay? The telescope is, there is a little offset, as we wanted to center, to recenter the image, to have as much as a comet possible. And this is the bright star we are seeing, Chebal-Rai Beta Ophiuchi. Just to give you a hint if you want. So nice, so happy, so beautiful. All this, my friends, is happening in real time, and once again the virtual telescope at the very end, trying and trying. We scheduled this so many times because we wanted to bring this to you. Look here, there is also a globular cluster, by the way. This should be this globular cluster here, NGC 7426, this one. Please note that the telescope is tracking the comet. This is why, if you look in detail, stars are not sharp dot or light, because we are tracking the comet. The comet is slowly moving on the starry background because, of course, it's moving on its orbit, now leaving the solar system, very likely. I mean, this object very likely is not moving on a closed elliptical orbit. It's perhaps on parabolic or hyperbolic orbit, very likely. Not sure about this. We still need to observe this for a while in order to better understand what is the situation here. Let me show you a close-up again with the largest telescope. We are using 3 different telescopes, my friends. The large field of view with a lot of tail. We are using a mid-field telescope, the one we saw just 30 seconds ago, and this is a close-up with a glorious 17 inches large astrograph, and you can see here the ion tail pretty well, I would say. I want to say hello to my long-time friend Gary. Thank you for joining, Gary. It's a pleasure. So many times we worked together to bring something great happening there to people worldwide. Please consider supporting us. As you see, we are asking for no money to you to join, but still we have to pay bills to run these things. You can easily see that we are able to flawlessly bring this to you. It is because the technology behind the scene is quite complex, that is quite expensive. We are not supported by any funding, so we are just alive and survive thanks to mainly to my personal efforts, and thanks to a very small handful of donors just helping us to pay bills. So if you consider what you are seeing here worth your support, you can virtually offer a coffee or whatever you want to us. Just visit www.virtualtelescope.eu/donate, or just check at the messenger fixed on the very top so that you can help us. Happy, Kim, that you are happy with us. Thank you so much. It's our pleasure. Always checking the weather because I cannot tell you, well, you know, we scheduled this event several times over the last 10 days, more or less, and we had to cancel every time at the last minute because weather really was terrible. I had basically cloudy weather over the last 30 days. I'm not joking. I succeeded taking 2-3 images of the comet, but always fighting with clouds, never under perfect skies. And tonight the skies are just great. And by the way, we are observing from Manciano in Tuscany, Italy, where our facility is, under the darkest sky of the Italian peninsula. And unfortunately the comet has faded, so we are already saying goodbye, or better farewell, to this. And the bright star on the right is also an experience by itself. So the star Chebarai in Ophiuchus, Beta Ophiuchi, one of the brightest stars of that constellation. Let me see. How nice having these opportunities for us. Now I want to move back to the large field of view image. We have started a new series. Always look on the bottom right. We are collecting, every image is coming from the collection of the light coming from the sky for 2 minutes, 120 seconds. And you see here the time left, okay? And once this is 0, okay, the image is just shown. And at that point, you will see that this number, now 0 of 20, will be 1 of 20, just meaning that we have one image saved of the 20 I asked the system to grab. So right now, as I started the sequence, right now we have 0, but on the background we can see the comet coming from the previous imaging section, the one I shared earlier to you. But I wanted to take a new one, as I always think, I always want to use the clear sky to collect light from the stars, you know. Here we are, my friends, so proud and happy, so happy that the sky tonight is with us at last. My friends, really consider supporting us. virtualtelescope.eu/donate, or just click on the link you find on the message on the top, the fixed message of the chat if you want. Of course, Neil, if you are lucky enough to live under dark skies or reasonably dark, just grab binoculars and look up, and just in the Ophiuchus constellation, not far from the summer Milky Way, and that way you will be able to spot this comet. A couple of days ago I had the reports of naked eye observation, but they arrived from truly seasoned, very experienced observers observing under rural skies. So of course now it's not obvious at all. In the meantime, you see we had the first image, and in fact the image updated. Beautiful sight. There is a lot of humidity at the observing site, but still we can work at least. Never tired to share these great things with you. How nice the view is, my friends, really. Let me share also our midfield view, so offering a better view on the brightest region of the comet, and the brightest region on the bottom is where the nucleus is. Of course, the nucleus is so small, its size is estimated to be around 2 kilometers, but it is absolutely not visible as a structure from the Earth with our telescopes, but still so nice and bright. Here it is, our close-up. So happy, my friends, that this is happening now together while we are observing together. It's a bit sad that we are just saying farewell to this comet. Even if it is moving on a closed orbit, it would return. Too late for us. But as I said, very likely this comet is moving on an opened orbit, bringing it outside the solar system. Always a joy for us to share this kind of things with you. So happy to be able tonight to bring this amazing experience to the world. You know, the Virtual Telescope project has been doing this for almost 20 years now, so so beautiful. Happy that at last weather is with us. While the comet is now slowly approaching the western horizon. At some point I will try to create in a time lapse with this long sequence. Now I also asked a fourth telescope to wake up, and I will show you the resulting image. Here it is. Look at the beauty of the ion tail here, this truly subtle feature. Let me see if I can enhance You can easily see here the ion tail, while this larger structure is dust. This has been a dusty comet mainly. Perhaps you have seen on the internet some mind-blowing images, even with the anti-tail, by the way, as we spotted as well. And unfortunately, near light pollution is a terrible issue. This is another reason why we are happy to schedule this kind of experience. Being lucky enough I'm also trying to fine-tune the other image. Look at the ion tail here, very beautiful, my friends. Very nice. So beautiful experience, and we are slowly approaching also the end of this live coverage. We have been honestly proud to be able to bring this beauty after trying again and again, as you know. And now we succeeded. So friends, I'm going to close this live feed at this point, as we really had the very best by the experience, I hope, after exploiting these clear skies at last, I would say, from central Italy, from the Virtual Telescope project. I am in Rome, and the telescopes are about 120 kilometers north, under very good skies, the darkest sky on the Italian peninsula in Manciano, in the beautiful Maremma landscape in Tuscany, a place you must visit should you come here around Rome and surrounding, of course. And it's be a joy for me, after waiting, after scheduling, cancelling past events. It's for me, it has been honestly so nice, so happy that I could do this experience available to everyone, and to me as well, because I'm also having plenty of fun. Sharing this experience with you is fun, and fun, additional fun for me, and I want to thank you for joining. And again, I want to remind you that you can contribute, you can support our project. We will never ask for money to you to join these things. You know, we have been doing this a few thousands of times since we started 18 years ago. But again, we are alive because of the huge effort of myself. I must say this because it is the truth, and thanks to a few people supporting our project, just paying bills, paying maintenance and upgrades. So consider, if you want to support us, just visit www.virtualtelescope.eu/donate. That's all, my friends. Take care, keep looking up, and very soon we will schedule more events covering other things, not only the comet, asteroids, eclipses, and many other things. So stay tuned. Just subscribe our YouTube channel. Just click on the bell so that you will be notified when something great is scheduled at our side here. So take care, keep looking up. That's all. Gianluca Masi, Virtual Telescope Project, Italy. Keep looking up and consider supporting our project. Bye bye. Thank you so much.